Wisdom for Why asks, how do we decouple from China? Congressman?
It has to start a little bit at a time. You know, we do buy things from China. I mean, I will tell you, I've gone to Walmart. My 9-year-old daughter turns things over to see where they come from. There's nothing that stops me from picking up the phone or talking to the information desk at a store and say, you know what? I don't want you to buy stuff from China. I'm willing to pay more. I will tell you, there are certain online sellers. Some begin with A. I'll look at the products on there, but if I can find somebody else within there that sells the same thing, it might be $2 or $3 more, I'm paying for it. I'm going to go ahead and do that because you got to stand up. So it takes us saying, we don't want to buy this cheap garbage that imperils our country. You're very, very kind. It's easy to just do the right thing, right? And I was honored yesterday. Many folks from Tibet, Tibetan heritage, Taiwan, the Uyghurs, Mongolians all came to my office to talk to me about what's happening to them and what has happened to them. And we simply cannot stand for it. We simply cannot allow it. And it takes more than conversations, more than discussions. Takes action. Action is what is required. So I thank you for the opportunity and to be here with you today. I'm grateful for your courage, standing up against a horrific, tyrannical regime in China, the Communist Party of China. And I'm happy to stand with you in conviction against the tyranny of the Chinese Communist Party. The CCP is an abject moral failure. You know this. It is decrepit. It is demonic. It is an institution that subjugates and enslaves the people it has dominion over. In the past 100 years, our world saw the rise of communism in the Soviet Union, and we witnessed freedom imperiled by evil. And we're witnessing it right now today, right as we stand here. It is happening right now today. But it cannot be allowed to endure. It cannot be allowed to endure. We are now confronted with this manifestation of communism and totalitarianism in the Communist Chinese Party. I will continue to tell everyone who cares to listen, and even those who care not to listen, over and over again, as many times as it takes, what is in front of us. We must be the generation that confronts and defeats and ends the wicked regime of the CCP. This morning I had the honor of introducing a bill in the United States House of Representatives that assigns a title befitting the Chinese Communist Party, that of transnational criminal organization, because that's what they are. They are criminals. This bill, exactly what it does is it allows us to apply the RICO statutes, the racketeering statutes, to those involved with the Communist Party, whether they're in China or whether they're in the United States of America, with real penalties, including prison. Going to prison for criminal activities on behalf of the Chinese Communist Party. This bill eliminates the sovereign immunity of the CCP, ensuring that even their diplomats who are working here, if they're involved in criminal activity, they can be subject to this. The CCP cannot be given a pass, cannot be absolved of justice just because it's ruling China. And that's what's happened. Because they can declare themselves the legitimate government of China, they're allowed to get away with it. They're allowed to get away with oppression, concentration camps, all kinds of horrific things that you already know about. Whether it's the Falun Gong, whether it's our friends in Mongolia, whether it's taking over Tibet, all of it has to end. And it's criminal activity that must be recognized and stood against by the whole world community, and the United States must lead. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to you here today. And thank those of you for listening, and thank those of you who are standing up. Because when you stand up, you know that the Chinese Communist Party puts a mark on you, right? They're after every single one of us here, and they will do what they can to extinguish our voices. But we're not going to let them, because we're going to stand together, and we're going to do something about the scourge of the Communist Chinese Party, and we're going to hold them accountable, we're going to bring them to justice, and we're going to end their tyranny. Thank you. God bless you.